We're starting our adventure off a little bit differently here at Six Flags Over Texas today. You can see us pulling into 6 lanes now because I want to show you all some of this new parking setup that they have, because it did change pretty drastically since we were here last. All right, so as we're pulling up to the speedy parking all the way to the left, or I should say just parking in general, 4 out of the 6 lanes are speedy parking. So they have made it to where the 2 outside lanes are your general parking. This is going to be really wild when the park's busy. They are really trying to force you to purchase a second thing in order to park. So on top of your, what comes with your pass or your daily admission, they're trying to also get you to pay for speedy parking, which is, from a guest experience standpoint, definitely interesting. So kind of the point I was making here, not a busy day at all, but you've got cars backed way, I'm not going to say way out there, but way more than it needs to be on a day like this. And hopefully this isn't something that lasts. I will note that there are no parking attendants out here. So the other preferred lot on the other side was completely full because it's not being managed. Of course, you have this lot and it's not very busy, so it's not a big deal. But just pointing it out because it is a thing. Hello, everyone. This is Bryant with SFOTsource.com, your premier guide to Six Flags Over Texas. We're finally back here. I know it's been a crazy long time, like 2 months, but with the holidays and the park closing multiple weekends because of inclement weather and us going out to Fiesta to try and cover the active events that they have going on, it's just been a little hard to get out here. But we're here, and there are lots of projects going on. We've got a brand new Bugs Bunny Boomtown situation that we're going to talk about. We also know that All American Cafe has seen some improvements, so we'll talk about that. And we'll check out ride refurbishments and see kind of what's closed, what's reopened since we've been here last, and give you an idea of that. The weather's really nice, beginning of February, and it's pretty mild. It's like 60 degrees, so got the short sleeves on. We're ready to head into the park and have a fun day here at Six Flags Over Texas. We've made our way through security and the ticket booth area. Very smooth experience, very friendly team members up there. One thing I'll point out though is up here at the front, there's a lot of Christmas stuff still going on. You've got like garland on the lampposts and lights in here. It's kind of interesting. We're a month removed from Holiday in the Park. They have taken the big tree down, but they have not quite restored the central fountain there. Here in the park's Mexico section, it looks like in the gazebo we got us one of those garland monsters. Have y'all ever heard of those? It's just here. It's lurking. It's gonna get you if you get too close. We've stopped off here in the Spain section. Now, of course, you've got a lot of flat rides over here, but you also have La Vibora. It is closed today, but I definitely think it's because of all the rain we've gotten in this area over the last day. For those of you who aren't aware, La Vibora, the bobsled, cannot run when its track is wet. So I'm sure they are working to get that resolved because they do have staff up here. So hopefully it'll open later. But my main point is it is not closed for any kind of refurbishment right now. We've made our way over to the Texas section, and right here by the courthouse stage, notice this thing I haven't seen up here before. Is this for like cell service or something? I don't know. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled, see if we see any more in the park. That might just be something they're trying to improve. But also over here, they do have a fire pit still going. So if it is a little cool on some of the days you're here right now, they still have this going on. Can see new Texas Giant going up the lift hill there. I was seeing on social media that it was closed last weekend, but happy to report it is running today. Before we head into the lower Texas section, though, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Now, I'm going to refer to the American Coaster Enthusiast Winterfest event because the park did come out and speak, but when they were asked about the log ride, they did not want to comment. So they did announce El Rio Lento last summer, but I don't think, all I'm going to say is I wouldn't hold your breath on thinking that anything will come of this. They do have a refurbishment sign out, so I do hope that there are still some improvements coming to the ride, but I would not expect what was announced since I've kind of pulled all that back. Stopped off over here at Chaparral Antique Cars because there is something interesting that I want to talk about. Well, I think we'll talk about it as we move along, but this guy over at Sky Operating Boot Scooting, he's killing it right now. They're having lots of fun over here. So you've got the Chaparral Antique Cars bridge there in the background, but this walking bridge, as you head towards Pirates of Spelunker Cave, looks like it is in the process of getting a brand new cover. So looks like we're getting some shade over here. This looks really nice too. And since we made our way over to Pirates of Spelunker Cave and it's not very busy, why not take a ride?
No jail cell can hold Captain more gold than his fearsome crew. You ain't seen the last.
Spooky. The Kraken's waving. Everyone wave at the Kraken. Hi, Kraken. Woohoo! Whoa. It's very stormy in here. Whoa. Oh. Well, it's time to see the mermaids. Here they are. Mermaiding along.
I have a feeling in my boots, mateys, that fortune may still lend a hand in this here venture.
I have a feeling in my boots too. Let's see what's gonna happen. It's always good to have a happy ending. As we wind our way towards the tower section, they've got this season pass advertisement with Daffy Duck Bucket blasters on it, which is, I think, a little bit foreshadowing what we're going to talk about once we get to Bugs Bunny Boomtown. But as we swing across, they've also put a new sign on the side of Texas Gifts. Promised I would talk about Chaparral Antique Cars, so let's do that real quick. So, Chaparral Antique Cars, which are themed to the Chaparral Motor Company, which is a real company based out of here in Texas. They were unfortunately eventually put out of business by the Ford Motor Company, but that is kind of what this ride is themed to. The big thing going around is that this will have like dinosaurs on it this year. So It's interesting because dinosaurs don't really fit into the Chaparral Motor Company theme, but you know, I guess I'm willing to give it a try. I kind of want to know in the comments below how you all feel. I would definitely prefer them to kind of separate themselves from the Chaparral theme if they're going to do dinosaurs, and then maybe once you're done with the dinosaurs, you kind of bring that back and highlight it and really refurbish the core of the ride. But time will tell how that's going to turn out. Right here under Oil Derrick, you've got another ad showing off Spring Break and Scream Break, which will be back here in March. Scream Break was a ton of fun, so I'm really excited to see that come back. This has been here since kind of mid-holiday in the park, but they did put up a brand new shockwave sign here at the entrance. It's kind of, you know, it's a little bit more obvious where the entrance is now, I feel like. I do like that the sign is 3D, but I do have a little bit of a bone to pick over this. So my only thing about the brand new sign is, why the heck wouldn't you use the awesome sign, the original? Well, I don't know if it's quite the original, but it's been here forever and it is a really cool logo. I would have just recreated that, but that's just me. This shouldn't really be a surprise to anybody, but Roaring Rapids here in the tower section is still undergoing its annual refurbishment. And of course, it's still on the cool side out here. This is pretty normal. I'm sure it will open, like it said, late spring, right there on the sign. As we venture into Boomtown, if you look past the Holiday in the Park garland that is still holding on for dear life, you will see that the structure that used to be here for the bar is gone. And, you know, admittedly, it was kind of looking, just because it was like a temporary tent kind of thing, not something you'd really expect to see, you know, at a theme park like this, especially in this area. But it's gone, so maybe they're gonna build something permanent. Time will tell. Haven't heard anything on it though. As we cross over the railroad tracks from Boomtown into Gotham City, we were kind of pointing out the kind of runs in the ground. It looks like they've already done the work and put it back together, but very close by you have this tower, which I can only assume is a cell tower, a lot like what we saw over in the Texas section. So looks like that was work for I guess better cell service out here. It looks like that's probably what's trying to be accomplished here. Before we head into Gotham City proper, we cut off over here by Texas Skyscreamer, just to point out that it has reopened since we were here last. It was closed for refurbishment, but it is up and good to go. Right next to Texas Skyscreamer, you have the park's wooden roller coaster Judge Roy Scream, still down for its yearly refurbishment. I hear that they are likely doing a lot of retracking on this, as they have been in recent years, but it says that it is still scheduled to open later this spring. I do love the view you get from over here. You can kind of see all the way over to Superman Tower of Power. But also, other good news, Cloud Bouncer was down last time we were here, back up and running for the kiddos and the families. We have ventured over into Johnny Rockets, where they actually have installed some self-order kiosks here. Figure we can look through it since we didn't do it when we were at Fiesta, but you can see the menu there. This looks a lot like the kind of how the mobile ordering on the app is set up, but you'll see it tells you what's on the dining plan. So we can do a Rocket single meal, and you've got all the customizations there. Well, you can remove things, add cheese to your fries, things like that. If we add that to our cart and we go to view cart, you should be able to, so you can actually scan your pass to redeem your dining benefits. That includes your discounts and if you have dining pass credits. So pretty nice fancy little system. Looks like it works just as nice as the mobile ordering. Looks like over here in the new Gotham City section, all of our attractions are running. Joker's running. And I just wanted to point out, they did put up some of these that show you the events coming this year. Now you'll see down there, events and dates subject to change. So last time we were at the park, these showed that they would be doing, you know, the Splash Water Parade. They would be introducing Flavors of the World. Looks like they've pulled back on that. And we are back to kind of our base events, I would say, minus the Summer Nights Spectacular and minus the Splash Water Parade. So still plenty of things to do this year, but definitely unfortunate to see those two things no longer part of the lineup. And of course, Flavors of the World. I was definitely looking forward to that. Made our way into the older section of Gotham City, the original section of Gotham City. And of course, Batman the Ride is still looking really good with that new paint job. It does appear that they are still running one train, but the ops have been really efficient. We've been over here taking pictures, and hasn't been too long of a wait. You know, ultimately, I guess it doesn't really matter, but man, there are a lot of Christmas decorations still up out here. And of course, I think as to be expected in the winter months, Aquaman Power Wave is also down for its refurbishment. So no water rides right now, but I don't think generally here in the DFW area that's really a problem in the winter months. Also here in the USA section, just past Aquaman Power Wave, is All American Cafe, which has recently got some improvements of its own. So here in All American Cafe, it does look like they have kind of redone the way the counters are working. And brand new counter, of course, but also brand new soda machines over here. And I assume, hopefully, maybe some improvements in the kitchen as well, but looks nice. It's pretty subtle to the, you know, casual guest, but this should definitely make things a little bit smoother compared to how it was running prior. We have taken a slight detour off the main pathway. You can see another fire pit going here in the Old South section. But as we swing across, I just noticed something here to the side of Southern Palace, and I don't know if it means anything, but there is some wood and stuff over here. So I don't know if this was just kind of taken down from something they had set up out here, or if there's improvements going on inside Southern Palace. Hopefully it's the latter of that, because we want to see Southern Palace around for a long time. So yeah, on the other side of Southern Palace, under this other awning, lots of fresh wood over here too. So maybe they're redoing the awnings. They are in really rough shape. Here in this section of the park, you also have La Creperie, which was new in 2023. They serve crepes. What caught my attention coming over here is that part of the menu is gone, but it might just be drink related to show the new cups and stuff. But when did they do like this stamped concrete? This looks pretty nice. Looks like JB and his barbecue joint about to have that real good cell service up in here. Took a quick little trip over to Smith Street. It's real quiet down this little thoroughfare today, but look like they're still celebrating Christmas over here for sure. We've looped back into the USA section over here to Bugs Bunny Boomtown, because this is probably one of the more interesting things going on right now. Let's go check it out. As we come into the heart of Bugs Bunny Boomtown, of course, you've got your roller coaster over there, Wile E. Coyote's Grand Canyon Blaster, but you swing around this way and you will notice that both Sylvester and Tweety's State Fair wheel is gone, and so is Yosemite Sam's Texas Teacups. Now we'll kind of start over here. This ride closed on January 7th, and looks like they've still got quite a bit of work to do to get this removed, get the rest of it removed. But based off of everything that's been shown to us and what they have in the park, I assume that this area is where Daffy Duck Bucket Blasters will be reinstalled. So not a new ride, but definitely a very good flat ride coming back for the little kids. And this definitely should be a big enough area because they can extend all the way back to over here. Now we've ventured up this little side pathway a little bit. You can actually get over to the new roller coaster coffee, the front gate one now. All the way through here, this pathway is open. But what once was over here was the Ferris wheel attraction that we talked about now. This ride closed all the way back in October of, 2022? It has definitely been over a year since it's operated. And, you know, kind of one of those maintenance mess rides, but it has finally been removed. It was removed in December. They've taken down all of the railing and everything. They've taken down the sign. You can see where they've filled where the posts used to be. And based off of what Six Flags teased at the Winterfest event we were talking about before, it does look like a Zamperla Sky Tower is going here, much like what Shazam Tower of Eternity is going to be at Fiesta, Texas in their expanded DC Universe area. So this would fit here nicely. I don't know if it would be the 70-foot tall version that Fiesta is getting, but probably the 44-foot tall version. So, you know, personally, even though this area is not about me, I'm not a child, it's definitely exciting to see them doing this. I thought Daffy Duck Bucket Blasters was an awesome flat ride with the water elements, and it would look really nice over here. And getting a new ride where there was a ride that wasn't operating is always a plus. And some kind of smaller, you know, not really a drop tower, but a drop tower like ride would be a great addition to this area. I would be curious though to see how it will be themed. And I didn't really elaborate on this, but how we've kind of figured that this happened, or that this will be the Zamperla Sky Tower, is just the hints that Six Flags gave in their Winterfest presentation. Just the way the seats are shaped and things like that, it definitely looks like it would be a Zamperla Sky Tower. They're pretty unmistakable. One of our final stops of the day is here in Six Flags Universe near the front of the park, because we've got some exciting new merchandise to show off. Now, much like Fiesta, Texas, the park has partnered with a company called Made to Thrill, and they make really awesome art pieces. So you can get this poster of Titan, very fun, just a very cool theme, like a very Western theme. But the other one that they have created is down here, and it is for New Texas Giant. So you've got the Cadillac themed train kind of front and center, and you just pick them up here. They're in these little rolls here, but these are $50 a piece like they were at Fiesta, Texas. Now your discounts and all that work, but it's definitely an investment. But maybe decide which one you want and you can grab one of them. I don't know. It's hard for me to not purchase both of them. They are really cool souvenirs. All right, everyone, that does it for this visit to Six Flags Over Texas. It's definitely been way too long. We're gonna try our hardest to not wait that long to do another update, because they do have plenty of things going on out here. You know, I feel like they're improving on things that are important. So All American Cafe, which is one of your primary dining locations, seeing the improvements there. I know it's not a lot of aesthetic stuff per se, but a lot of functional upgrades is good. Same with Johnny Rockets, where you have the kiosk ordering. Hopefully that moves on to other places as well. And then of course you've got there's more shade going in. You've got all the new fans, all of that stuff. That all looks really good. Ultimately, we had a really good time here. You have some ride closures, but that should be expected. This is the slower part of the season, but everything we did today, the team members were super friendly, super efficient, and if you're coming out here soon, they did just upgrade their point of sale system. We did end up buying the posters, those Made to Thrill posters we showed you, and their point of sale system is all kinds of messed up, so just be patient when you come. They did work on it and get the discounts and make it to where we could actually purchase these. I'm also super excited about the kiddie area, just because I think they're bringing back one of the flat rides / water rides that should have never left. And if they are doing the little drop tower, it's going to be a great addition for the younger guests at the park. The only thing that's really bizarre to me is the dinosaur stuff. We'll we'll wait and see what goes on with that. Chaparral Antique Cars are kind of an assumption, in my opinion, until the park officially announces it. So we don't know that for sure. That's probably just kind of where it makes the most sense. But it's definitely going to be interesting. It's not, to me, that's not really something that happens in modern day theme parks. That is much more of like a late 90s, early 2000s type of attraction. So it'll be interesting to see how it fares in 2024. If y'all have any questions about Six Flags Over Texas, let us know in the comments below. I highly encourage you to check out SFOTsource.com. That is our full guide to Six Flags Over Texas, and a lot of the stuff you showed today, or we showed today, you can get a more in-depth look at because we do construction updates on there as well. We thank y'all for watching. Take care, and we'll see you on our next theme park adventure.